been a hectic few weeks in South Africa. Here we are in Heide, Switzerland.
Come see my wife, about this big, bit of toast. Have you seen her?
Pretty excited to go back to Cairns. Last time I was there was 18 years ago.
You tell me you're not feeling up for today, and you never stay around.
It's one of the hardest treks I've ever rode.
Not gonna sing, bro.
Pretty sure the first time I ever raced at Fort William was 93 or 94. First time I ever went up there, we had to walk to the top of the track. They didn't have the gondola, they didn't have the track. We had to make our own way up there, and it was more sort of cross-country oriented, and there was a big pedal at the bottom. Fort William's definitely a love-hate relationship for me. I can never count on my luck there. I've had bad luck more times than I've had good luck there, I think, and don't know what it is. Maybe I try a little bit too hard because it's a home crowd, or it's just not like any other World Cup.
Well, you know, getting eaten alive, and the slight passage in my nostril what isn't full of midges is fucking contaminated with this shite. Lefarto. Because it smells like inside of a rat's arsehole.
Yeah, the track in Fort William this year was definitely one of the most groomed I've seen it in a long time. The top section all the way down to the deer gate, all the holes were filled in, not as many rocks showing, so it was definitely a lot smoother up there. Should we get a move on and try and drop Joe?
That creepy is following us with a camera.
Gets right on my nerves, he's always pointing camera at us and just bugging me. Let's leg it round this corner and get away from him. Do you know that song, like, under the boardwalk,
yeah,
down by the sea? I'm getting there. Under the boardwalk, and it goes, down by the sea, under the boardwalk, down by the sea. You must know that song. You'll fucking, as soon as you hear it, you'll know it. Yeah, the practice was fun. I mean, we got to do the helmet cam run, and we actually talked about it between myself, Josh and Greg going up in the chairlift, like, oh, it'd be funny if we could like overtake each other on the last straight or anything. As it happened, we all got really close to each other on those last few jumps and last straight, and we jumped through the sort of final archway. All three of us were in the air at the same time, so it was pretty cool to be able to do that and just have a bit of fun on that track.
We had an idea just to do a 40th birthday party helmet, so big 40 years old, and it's K-Rad. Every time you see K-Rad driving around Sheffield or wherever he is in the world, he just gives you a big old horn.
All alone, I knew you wrong, singing your one-sided song. In a while, I'll be gone.
As you can tell, wind's blowing my locks around up here, and they've forecast really bad winds and they can't run the chairlift here when it's really windy. Everyone's had to come up a couple of hours early for qualifying, get us up here, get everybody ready at least in case they have to close the lift.
Say something, guys, 'cause we just don't see eye to eye. But we're the same.
Steady, I think I've ended up 38th. Had a couple of stalls and stuff like that and got sort of tired halfway down, had a bit of hand pump, so I was over braking a bit, but times are really close on this track, so I need to go a little bit quicker tomorrow.
Nearly went off track a few times to win, but was carrying mint speed in the top. And then my tyre slowly went down and I got to the day gate and it was completely flat and I was just like, I was still like, okay, I'm going to get some points. And I went through the woods like a madman, got it better than, got it as good as I got it on a flat and I'm like, I'm having it.
We just don't see eye to eye.
It's race day here, crowds are buzzing, sun's shining, track's running sweet. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Looked at a few lines when I walked it yesterday, so I'm just trying to carry speed on it all and hopefully do better than I did in quali yesterday.
Thank you.
Let me know what you think.
I want another. That's it, just makes me want another.
Silver line t-shirt going off to the crowd. Yeah, bro. Poverty pop. Here we go. High five.
Could be the day.
Okay, this is it.
This is it.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
Josh going up with Steve's a good thing, and yeah. We're on our way.
Could be it.
Yeah, I have a good feeling. Here we go. Peaty on track at Fort William. What's the lad gonna do?
For me, coming 28th in Fort William is pretty tough. It's hard to swallow. I mean, I felt like I had a fairly decent run. Times were a lot closer and I just happened to be on the end of a second and, well, lost a lot of places just with times being so tight. So, yeah, bittersweet.
And here she comes again.
Yeah, then in the final, I had a pretty damn good run until like the wood section. I messed up a little bit and just sort of lost concentration down bottom, but it was a pretty shit hot run really. A lot of people were expecting big things and I was with myself. And then to come away with 13, I was just like, well, that was a massive anticlimax. After it all finished, I waited in like the finish area for Steve and Greg to come on the podium because they did like the special 40th World Cup for me now, 100th birthday for Steve.
Yeah, Fort William, obviously, it was a great atmosphere all weekend, but it was topped off for me by getting invited up onto the stage.
Well, we've got a special accomplishment for these two. Today was Greg Menard's 100th World Cup start. And it's Peaty's 40th next week. Anywhere you'd rather celebrate a 100 World Cup starts? Thank God there's a professional up here. That's all I got to say. Happy birthday to Peaty.
Here we are in Leogang, doing a quick track walk. I think this is going to be the fastest way down. That's a brake. Must be Shimano.
Leogang, my thoughts on that before going there is another bike park race. I was hoping that they'd done a lot with the natural terrain that they've got there, but it turned out they hadn't.
Do you know what? It's one of the easiest races we do in the year because you just got to enjoy it, man. Like I forgot to win because I was just enjoying myself. And yeah, I preferred a natural route fest, but that's what we were racing, and it turned out being an absolutely mint race.
Yeah, it was a strange week. I don't know, for some reason I just felt like I was riding tight on the top of the track. A new bit of track, I couldn't get set up for turns, I was over jumping stuff. I struggled in practice a little bit and I couldn't work out why.
I've never seen Steve go that way, like, usually if there's someone negative on the team, it's Greg. Greg will be negative all week, he'll tell you how shit every section is, and then he'll get to race day and all of a sudden everything's mint and he wins and it's like, alright.
I did feel like I'd gained confidence on the track before qualifying. Felt fairly good, but the jumps that I'd overjumped, I was braking up them. I knew I was riding them wrong and I was braking, but for some reason I was just riding tight on that track. I don't know what it was.
When you qualify well, instantly there's a glimmer of opportunity. If I just keep this going, I can have a good one tomorrow kind of thing.
Sun's out, guns out. Off for some pracky runs, a few lines to try this morning, but there's not too many lines up there, so it's just hitting my lines a bit quicker and cracking on.
Feeling it, feeling excited. Peaking like a Chinese duck. Because you're too busy thinking about the race, you sort of get preoccupied and you don't ride that well in practice, but practice runs went absolutely mint. I just couldn't wait to get to the finals, really. I just wanted to ride.
How the boys looking this morning? Yeah, good, huh? Yeah, they were cool, huh? They had some clothes on and riding the bikes, and yeah, it's cool.
Yeah! Yeah, Loïc! Yeah! Yeah! Allez! Putain! Putain, des branches! Des branches! Woo!
Yeah, they're looking good, huh?
Oh man, I do this. I absolutely peak and then crash, and I'm just like trying to maintain my my levels at the top, and sat there just looking at that view. Just like, sweet, yeah, I'll start warm up in a minute. Then daydreaming off. I'm like, fuck, I need to warm up. Like, oh shit, warm up. Like, panicking, and then I realised I got on too early.
I'd had a decent run and then crossed the line. I was in 7th or 8th, so I was pissed off and I was just dropping back from then, but people were beating me by next to nothing, so I knew it was going to be really tight up top for all those guys.
Okay, Greg goes into the lead by 0.65.
Like any World Cup, I love the atmosphere at the bottom of the track. You get to see the splits and you get to see what guys are doing, looking at the big screen. You sort of see everything and feel the atmosphere. Then Josh was on track and he just looked like he was having fun. He nailed all the wood sections.
I carried so much speed through this one section I've not done before. I landed and like pulled up again and did another gap down into the next berm, and I was like, sick, that was cool.
He was nailing everything and he was on a good run. It was good to see him come over the line, I think with a 1.25 lead then, over Greg, who was in second. And I kind of knew at that point that he'd put a damn good run together, and that was a pretty big margin to be leading by at that point.
I saw Gwyn had a flat, and I was like, oh yeah. I knew Bruni was the danger man.
If Josh wins, I'm wearing body armour at the party.
And he was up on both of Josh's splits, on the first 2 splits, and I was really nervous for him.
And then he come into that section and I just watched him overcook it into that turn, and I was like, oh shit.
It it was a weird sort of scenario because you're like, no way, Josh has done it.
And I was more thinking like, oh no, Bruno's gone down, and then everyone else starts celebrating.
That's like a son to me, I guess. I'd like to say brother, but he's actually young enough to be my son, I think.
Hey ho!
You know the national anthem?
You're fucked. The main thing, like so many people said, was you need to learn the words. And I was thinking, yeah, I do, but I don't want to be a cocky fucker and learn them and not need them. You know what I mean? So here's me, about to go on the podium, and I haven't got a fucking clue of the lyrics. So I'm about to look a bit of a dickhead, but I am a bit of a dickhead, so it's all good. You know how to weighty piece, isn't it?
Congratulations.
Thank you. Fucking hell. Size of that bastard. Thanks, love.
Men Elite National Anthem of Great Britain.
Here we go. God save our gracious Queen. The Queen. That was about the lot, bro. Steve and Sambo were stood opposite me, and they were trying to sing it to me, so I could like lip read them. But we got it well wrong. Woo! Oh, there's more. Fucking hell. Woo! Hey, it was quick. I didn't really take any of it in, man. I was just in a whirlwind, just bobbing along. Just that Magnum was sick though, it was so big. Fucking like a super soaker! Fucking hell. Mate, he's gone to my head already, this fucker. Bruno! Man. I've said a lot of times that you were a fucking bastard.
They always say a World Cup win takes a while to settle in. I don't think Rat Boys have settled in for me yet. I'm so like stoked and happy for him. It's Father's Day and it feels like a little Father's Day present for me. This year is stronger than ever, and that win was it was just time. He just needed that right run and pinned it today, so I'm proud of the boy.
We definitely celebrated Rat's win in syndicate style.
Tasty. Masbar. That tasted like foam. Who's jar? It was your Masbar. I didn't do anything.
Let's talk about peace, let's talk about love, let's talk about hope for the day is done. Let's talk about things that we can't change in our soul. It makes sense to understand. The difference between the words that the Bible knows and says. Let's talk about me, let's talk about you. Before too long, divide the two. A few times laying your body down. Stop the train from home.
Your most technical one now. Now.
Yeah. Right now. Drop a heavy hit, Leogang, we fuck birds and Leogang. Leogang. We eat worse than Leogang. Yunge! 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 No, Yunge! No, Yunge!